And, and good afternoon and welcome to Inside Sports Talk Radio on this Monday on Power 95. It's May 8th. I got lost in the dates there. And happens like that sometimes. Good afternoon to one and all. Good afternoon to our listeners. Good afternoon to Ambassador who's at the controls. And
Good day, sir.
good day to you. And of course, my co host, Sir Earl Basden. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ian Rollins.
All right, Sir Earl. I like that. I like that. Sounds good.
No,
Sir
no,
Earl.
no, 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 no.
Sir Earl Basden.
Sir Earl. Okay.
Yeah, you like that?
Okay.
You
You can
like-
get away with calling me sir.
Like the
But I
Duke of
can't.
Earl. Duke
You
of
know
Bro,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
So you go
yeah.
to Duke of Earl, but
Yeah.
it's Sir Earl.
Earl.
I think that's well.
Better,
What-
better.
You,
Yeah.
you've knighted me?
that don't mean nothing, right?
No, it doesn't. For some, it's a scary thought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some of it's good, but hey, trust it, believe me, we've done a lot of work on puzzle things in sports.
I try.
You try?
Yeah.
Of course, you was out there again this weekend, correct?
Yes, indeed. Plenty going on.
On the 48-hour window where people try to relax, yes, take their children to their respective events and things of that sort from September up until June. How come you make it 365 for you? How much rest do you get on the weekend? Seriously.
It depends.
Alright.
A lot of it depends on what's going on.
But on average,
Maybe, say, you mean Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? Or just
so
Saturday,
that-
Sunday?
Good question. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, yes.
Total maybe 18 hours, maybe.
18 hours, so that breaks it down to 6 hours per day.
Pretty much, yeah.
Friday, Saturday, and
Yeah,
Sunday.
yeah, yeah.
And that 6 hours, is it straight across the board of sleeping 6 hours?
No. No.
That's what I thought. So that means there's 6 hours are on and off.
Yeah.
Wow. And how long you been doing this?
Into 14 years.
Yeah, that's pretty deep. I don't know if I can go that strong. 6 hours over 3 days, 6 hours per day over 3 days, so it's 18 hours. And then weekdays?
I average maybe, I get about 6 hours.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, give or take. I mean, one night it might be 4, the next night it might be 5, and then, one night I try to not do anything at all, which is almost impossible. But you have to make those choices sometimes. Your body tells you, when your body says enough's enough, you have to abide. If not, you're down. You've got a cool. You're not well, and
Yeah.
you struggle. So,
Yeah, definitely.
over the years, I've learned to listen to the body
Mhm.
and give it what it needs at
Okay,
times.
okay. So what's the magic formula that keeps you going?
Love what you do.
Love what you do. But
Love
there's
what
something else to it as well. 24 hours a day. You're saying 6 hours of sleep. How are you doing at 18 hours a day? Is it coffee? Is it?
Oh yeah, definitely. A lot of coffee, a lot of water.
Okay.
I've learned over the years that you have to drink a lot of water because you do a lot.
Right.
And when I first started out, I wasn't doing a lot of water stuff. I
Right.
wasn't doing a lot of healthy stuff.
Right.
But over the years, I've learned listening to people, obviously talking with health people, talking
Right.
with doctors, and you start to learn a lot more about the body,
Mhm.
and you have to then feed it what it needs in order for you to keep going. So
So you're one of those that you prep your meals?
I
You
try.
you
I try.
right.
I
Do
try.
you go through like granola bars, things of that sort?
Oh
Stuff
yeah,
like that?
without a doubt. I'm a big I'm a
So
big
you-
fan of this.
Right.
Big fan of making sure that I have what I need to, what they call it, survive.
Right.
Because at times it could be a battle, because you have to make choices. You're saying to yourself, I need to be at this place, but I need to make sure I have something to eat. So how do I balance that out?
Right.
How do I make sure that I've gotten what I need for the day, or if not for the next few hours? And then you have to decide, okay, when do you stop to replenish yourself, to
Right.
continue on for the night? And a lot of it depends on what your schedule is like.
And in your case, it's challenging because a lot of people who prep during the week, usually take the weekend
Right.
to prep their meals for the weekend. And I'm one of them, I admit, and it helps me.
Right.
But in your case, you can take out a Sunday for like 3 hours or
Yeah.
2 hours to prep all your meals for the week.
Right. Well, what you try to do is make sure that you have lined up the things that's not going to take you forever to prepare. I'm a avid carrot, broccoli, cauliflower type of guy with bottles of water. So
But You gotta have your proteins, your chicken or your fish.
Well, yeah, you boil that, and
Right.
while you're working, you can do that. I bake a lot of fish, so.
But then, are you breaking up for, say, that can sustain you for 4 or 5 days?
No.
That's how I do mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I generally just do enough to get me through a few days, and then from there, because usually what I try to do is on the Wednesday, try not to do too much, so I then prepare again. So.
Okay. I
Yeah.
see what you're saying. Okay. Good enough.
Yeah.
As long as it's working and you're in good health.
Yeah, I mean,
That's non-stop what you're doing. You know that, right?
yeah, but it's a lot of fun.
Okay.
I'll invite you out one day.
When I'm on holiday, right?
No, man, you could do it.
So I have to come work the next day.
You could do it, man.
I used to.
Yeah, you love it. I know a person like you that loves sports. You
Yeah.
could do it.
Okay.
Comes easy.
Comes easy.
Comes easy.
Okay.
And the good thing is,
Mhm.
when you see people having fun,
You enjoy it.
you enjoy it. That's the bottom line. You enjoy it. So.
All right. Well, our lineup today is Amali Smith, point guard for Wilberforce University. Also working on that story. He has invited her into the studio today, so kudos to Mr. Earl Bates. She's a first-year student at Wilberforce University. Went from netball to basketball.
Yeah. Well, she was playing netball, a lot of netball. Was in Berkeley and played basketball. Went to Wilberforce, tried out. Well, we'll get her story from her.
Okay.
So, but ended up on the basketball team, and turned out to be towards the end of the season starting point guard.
Wow, it's amazing. And also, we will be having via telephone young London Steve, midfielder, attacking midfielder for Thomas College. He has an interesting story. He's going to be doing semi-pro. He's been working on that story for 2 weeks now, and it has been confirmed. He's still at Thomas College. He'll be graduating this year with his degree, and he'll be going off playing semi-pro in Maine.
Okay.
As you know, Thomas College breeds a few football players from Bermuda and
Yes, it does.
one of our colleagues here in the station went to Thomas College back in the late 70s, early 80s, I'll say like that.
You're not implying that it's ill, right?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
I
Just
just say
check.
he's young and taking care of himself. Right, Sherry? Yeah, Sherry. Yeah, Sherry Davies like that. So he went to Thomas College, and there were other reads that excelled and did very well at Thomas College in Maine. So, of course, we will have a health and fitness segment brought to you by Energize Wellness Solutions. And today is going to be April Charlie the Shield. I wonder what she's going to be sharing her thoughts about. As you know, the annual marathon is just upon us. And this time where people really who are tuned in and zoned in on this event on May 24th on Bermuda Day, coming out of the East this year. One thing that we experienced last year is that a lot of people dehydrated themselves.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And St. John's Islands and the King Edward were really busy.
Mm-hmm.
And some people were asking for the race to start earlier, but that obviously isn't the case this year, so we don't know what will happen next year. But the key is that those who are competing and those who sign the last minute, you have to really take the serious.
Yeah.
You can't just.
It's a dangerous thing.
It is. You just go there and say, "Oh, I'm going to run." Remember, you're a year older than last year, so people got to really look at that and excuse me, take this thing into consideration. Excuse me.
Right. I do want to be able to ask you about the race. I know this is the second time in a number of years that I'll be coming out of the East End. A lot of big names have already indicated they won't be on the start line, so very interesting. But eligibility for persons who are residents of Bermuda, what's the eligibility?
You have to be in the Island for 6 months.
Okay.
And 6 consecutive months, that is. And then you can compete for the annual event.
Who confirms the time that you arrive and confirm the 6 months? How does
that
one?
goes through a committee, and obviously you have to, I believe it's submit some documentation saying that you've been here for 6 months, and obviously fully employed and so forth and so forth. And that outlines that you've been here for the past 6 months.
Okay.
If there's someone that wants to run that you know of, or someone's interested, they have to obviously follow those guidelines and course, you can get in contact on behalf of National Committee for Colonization, and on the website, I believe has all the information there as well.
Right.
So, no, it's not just open to anyone.
Right. Right.
Yes, yes,
Well,
yes.
okay. We have hypothetically. I'm not sure how long one of the would-be favorites would be. I'm not sure how long he's been on the island, but he's been a return visitor to the island on a regular basis. Competed in the International Race Weekend for a number of years and is now resident on the island, working here. But I'm not sure if he's been here the 6 months. So that's one of the reasons why I'm asking, just to make sure that.
You're doing some investigative reporting.
Well, I just want to make sure that. I mean, if we're gonna list him as one of the favorites, and then we get on the start line and he's not there, we want to make sure that we all the ducks are in a row to make sure that everyone on that start line is, number one, legitimately there because they meet all the requirements.
Correct.
And the real contenders are the real contenders.
Well, and you're right. And the person who who's looking to compete and one of the favorites, they would know by law,
right,
by rules and regulations,
right,
that they are eligible, even though they were competing in the international race, flying back and forth. That's a whole separate entity.
Right.
And those rules are different as well. But the end of the day holiday regarding May 24th, that's again separate rules. But the bottom line is you have to be on island for 6 consecutive months.
Okay.
So if the person is flying in and out and running for 6 consecutive months, then that becomes.
So they would have had to been on the island since November 24th.
Precisely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Leading right up to it.
Yes.
Correct. You're done your math. And so, again, that person or persons need to look into that, and then no surprises for themselves.
Right.
Look at it.
Well, that's the other thing. As I was looking at a number of people who could possibly be considered title chasers this year, that stuff goes through your mind, and you want to make sure that the information that we're providing the public, meaning journalists, is correct, and we're not misleading people. And that's why I asked the question about eligibility.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Regarding coming on the East this year, I think it's the second time in 34 years, right? 34 years since it ended in St. George's. I think it was
right. It ended in actually ended in St. David's, 72.
Sorry,
yeah.
72.
Yeah, 72.
Okay.
And it was confirmed to me yesterday by Bob Oliver, who was the Bermuda Track and Field Association treasurer. Oh, he was an executive member for a number of years.
Correct.
And he pulled me to the side yesterday and was talking to me about it. And because he said he came in 1970. 71 was the first time he had watched the race.
Right.
And 72 he didn't take part, but he was an official, and the race ended in St. David.
Okay.
So, yeah. Yeah.
And how old were you then? 72? 6.
Yeah, 6, 7.
There you go.
Many
moons ago.
moons. Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Oh, it does, man. Yeah.
Oh, good. It's all good.
I wouldn't change anything for it.
No. Just switching up a bit here before we bring in Amali. Real quickly, I'd like to talk about my English football.
Yeah.
I survived. I survived this game on the weekend. Liverpool played Southampton at Anfield, and when you play home, that's supposed to be an advantage. So in our last 3 games, we haven't won a football game at home. We missed a penalty yesterday.
Yeah.
They say all good things come to an end. And have a reliable James Milner. First time he missed a penalty since 2009.
Right. So do you change it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Just checking.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't make that call. But thank you to Arsenal fans and to Arsenal Wenger. You finally done something right for your team. And you beat Man United after 13 tries against Marino. And you beat him 2-0. So I'm just looking to support Tottenham Hotspur. They take on Man United this week and next week, and I'm becoming an Everton fan. They got to play them as well. I say all that to say, Liverpool keep winning, Man United keep losing. Yes, the emphasis is going to be on the Europa Cup, given that they automatically get in there. But Liverpool keep winning because if that happens, the team that comes fourth drops out.
So you got to come third.
I got to come third.
And you're chasing.
Well, I'm playing for third place, and Man City's 1 point behind.
Oh, okay.
That's the bottom line, so I have to win the game.
Okay.
You
Well,
know what I'm saying?
it is what it is.
It surely is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All eyes will be on television cameras around or televisions around Bermuda on Wednesday, as Nikki Wells and Huddersfield play their playoff match. They lost to Cardiff 3-0 on Saturday, yesterday, and they have a playoff match looking to get through this semifinal to get to the Premiership. So
they win the semi-final, they go to the final.
right.
And
Right.
they win,
That's when they get up. Yeah.
So they've got to go. Is it a two-leg semi-final?
No, it's one.
One leg.
Yeah.
Okay, so they've got to win the next two matches.
Yes.
Final.
They're coming off of back-to-back defeats.
That's right. So mentally, they got to be up for this game.
Yeah, I mean, the coach has been resting players, giving other players. As you know, they had to answer some FA questions because they played the bottom team and made 8 or 9 changes. There's certain guys on the bench, and he was looking more at the playoff as opposed to that particular match. And the English FA take that very seriously.
Yeah, of course. It's people paying.
Oh yeah.
Right. It's the same thing they're talking now about in the NBA.
Yeah.
That teams were resting players for the playoffs, and they're saying, "Hey, these fans are coming out to watch the game."
Yeah. You need them available to.
At all times.
Yeah.
Basically, at all times.
I mean, if you hypothetically, if you wait all season, just like a Bermudian per se, we don't get to watch it live. So imagine you brought ticket to the beginning of the season and you said, okay, LeBron James is playing in Madison Square Gardens against the Knicks, or New Jersey against the Brooklyn. You want to, and and you buy a ticket. When they come to town and talking about, oh well, we're resting them because we have a West Coast swing in a week, you're not going to be happy.
No, they wouldn't.
Yeah. And in those type of sports, it's the people that pay the money that are the investors.
That, and you're paying them a lot of money because in return, the athletes making good money.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah.
So we'll see what the NBA does in the offseason. That's going to be much talk for wrestling players over there. So yes, we know it's a grueling season. They play 82 games.
Right.
But you're paying them money. Part of the sacrifice, right?
Yes, indeed.
There you go.
Yeah.
Again, guest in studio today will be Amali Smith, London Steve by telephone, of course, with April Charles from the Shields in the studio. We're going to take our first commercial break, but when we come back, if you have any questions after listening to young Amali Smith, you can give us a call at 292-9595. Any questions for Amali or our Basin and I about any sports opportunity, gladly to assist in that area. We'll be back after this.
International Global Atlantic with Windows Cooper Covenant, Game Time, and Energize Wellness Solutions. We'll return after the break.
You don't have to be accident.
Yeah, man.
An accident.
You say it.
It's a 1 in 10 chance you'll meet
When you go on holiday, you go in July or August?
August. Yeah.
After pop match.
Yeah.
Okay.
20, what's it?
You go for 2 weeks.
Three.
Okay. Good afternoon. How you doing? Good. I'm Ian Rollins, and I heard all about Amali Smith. From that boat to point guard. Wow. Pretty cool. So you're in Cincinnati?
No, I'm in Wilberforce, Ohio.
Ohio, wow.
Yeah, it's close to Virginia.
At home, on my satellite, I get the TV stations out of Cincinnati. Channel 9.
It's about 2 hours away from Cincinnati.
Oh, okay.
Pull your mic to you if you want. If
Yes.
you, right.
I'll let you lead into it.
Okay, no problem. You're not nervous, are you?
No.
Just a little? Yeah, you'll be all right. Okay.
Can you turn it down a bit?
Be watching on Monday, May 15th for the 108th Free Applebee's Bermuda Half Marathon Derby Special. Something is certain, new champions will be crowned as the race comes out of the East End for only the second time in 39 years. Last year's winners, Lamont Marshall and Ashley Aquanic, have opted not to compete. Several key runners are absent this year, but we will be speaking with the new favorite. That's the Free Applebee's Bermuda Half Marathon Derby Special, Monday, May 15th at 8 p.m. on ZFB TV7. Now, back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Inside Sports Talk Radio on Power 95 FM with host Ian Rollins and co-host Earl Basin.
Well, welcome back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. As Mr. Rollins indicated when we went to a commercial break, I got him.
Payback, right?
We will be joined in studio by Amali Smith. Amali, a young lady who finished at Berkeley and then went off to Wilberforce University. Amali, you came up playing a lot of netball. You were in basketball for, let's say, a short while.
Yeah.
Did you think it would take off the way it has?
Not at all. I was not expecting to be given a scholarship to play basketball in university. So
Yeah?
it was not expected.
Your netball talents basically paid off for you because it gave you the agility and the ability to move around the court. Now, I followed you a lot last year and noticed at the beginning it was a struggle,
Yeah.
but in the end the coach started feeling confident in you and
Yeah.
giving you starts and so forth. But what was that early season struggles like?
Pretty much the transition for me. I was the only foreign student out there, and the skill level and the type of play that they play out there, I had to really like adjust to it. But it didn't really take me that long to adjust. But definitely in the beginning, I did struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, new surroundings, new people. What are your teammates like?
They're actually really cool people. We have a really close relationship. We're like a little family. But being around them a lot, like, we did get tired of each other.
Right.
But, at the end, we come together and do what we gotta do.
Now, you're playing basketball for Berkeley.
hmm
How does the scholarship come about? How does that work?
Actually, Coach Charles Peters, he met with Aisha Gray, who is my coach,
Mhm.
2 years ago at a conference that they went to, and he arranged for her to come to Bermuda, and she did a little clinic here, and that's when she recruited me.
Right.
It happened so fast. So,
It's very difficult to follow in the footsteps of someone like Janae Frey, Erica Woods, but now we have Amali Smith. Being out there, it's got to be an inspiration for not only young basketball players from the female side, but also netball players to know that there's a possibility that their ability could get them a scholarship in another sport, still using the same skill
Right.
that netball could use. How much of that netball skill do you use when playing basketball?
a lot of the catching,
Right,
the pivoting, stuff like that.
right.
But definitely, like, my shooting form is definitely different.
Yes, changes a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, so my coach worked with me a lot to, like, transform me from a netball shooter
Right.
to a basketball player.
I noticed early in your career you were shooting a lot from outside. Was
Yeah.
that to compensate for that ability to hit from closer range?
Actually, I felt more comfortable shooting outside
Right.
than I did inside. Like, I'm not really that great at doing layups
Right,
and stuff.
right.
I pretty much do take jump shots and
Well, it's hard because you spent all your life shooting at a basket that
Right.
didn't have a backboard, so a lot of it was precision.
Mhm.
What are the plans for this coming school year? What?
I plan to continue to grow as a basketball player. I have improved a lot this year. I actually got nominated. Well, I was most improved for my team this year,
Right.
and I expect to be getting more playing time and things like that.
When you obviously the pace of the game for you, sitting there early in the season, you're saying to yourself, "What have I gotten myself into?"
Yep, it was really, really fast,
Right.
extremely fast.
And how much adjusting that you had to do, because you guys travel a lot as well, where you would leave school, you're either busing or flying
Yeah.
to games. How do you adjust to that? Because week in and week out, netball's at Bernard Park. I could just get a ride or get my bike.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The first trip we took was to Pennsylvania, I believe, and that was about like 3-4 hours.
Right.
And I was not used to that at all. I told my kids, I was like, oh my god, this is the longest drive I've ever been on.
Right.
But like eventually, as the season progressed and as I got used to traveling, I became more comfortable and did what I had to do.
Right. Leaving your family, obviously you're going away for a period of time. How was that adjustment? Because you guys are very close, tight knit family.
In the beginning, it was really hard. Like when my mom left, I was cursed for days. But my teammates made it easier for me, and as the season progressed, I became more busy and was school.
Right.
So basically, like being busy kept me,
Right.
from being homesick.
How's the grades?
Grades are excellent. I have a 4.0, and I'm on president's list.
Oh.
Yeah.
Balance in basketball, a new sport.
Yep.
And wow.
Yeah.
What's your advice to youngsters there or to others?
Basically, don't procrastinate.
Right.
Being a student athlete, you really have to like find balance, and that's what I did. I basically, when I got homework and stuff like that, I would get out of the way immediately, and then that gave me a chance to nap in between classes
Right.
because I was really tired.
Right.
We used to have morning practice and then practice during the day, and then evening practice, weights and stuff like that. So I really had to find the time to do my schoolwork in between and get napped.
Come tomorrow, a group of young ladies will depart Bermuda heading over to Scotland.
Mhm.
And I know you would have been one of those that wanted to be on that team.
Yeah.
But what's your message to them as they get ready to represent Bermuda?
I wish them all the best. Just play hard, represent Bermuda well.
Well, you've had that opportunity because you played in Scotland before, right?
No, I played in St. Lucia.
St. Luke. Well,
Yeah.
okay. And one of the, although you were young, you were one of the leaders because of your ability. Do you feel as if you're leading Wilberforce, or you're
I
still?
do.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
Regarding Wilberforce, tell us about this university. What are you studying and what are you looking to do after you graduate?
Wilberforce is the first historically black university and college. And I'm studying sociology. I hope to finish my bachelor's degree there and then go on to get my master's degree in adolescent counseling because I want to be a counselor.
Are you looking to do a master's in yourself and also would like to
I'm
do
not
that?
sure yet. I'm not sure yet, but I definitely do want to further my education after my bachelor's.
Do you like look at Spelman was another class correct?
I'm not sure.
Did you look at Spelman College?
I have looked there. I have. Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
So you fly from here to what?
I normally fly through Philadelphia. So I go from Bermuda to Philly, Philly to Columbus, then drive an hour to Wilberforce.
That's
Hey.
like all day.
Well,
Pretty much.
she's gonna catch
Yeah.
a bus for 4 hours or be in the car for 4 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Driving an hour, it makes no difference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're stuck in McDonald's on the way.
Yep.
But these athletes, their diets have changed. So she
Well,
was stuck
yeah,
in McDonald's.
wow,
She
wow.
probably packs a lunch with her and then takes the drive and says, I better eat this healthy salad. or something
Yeah.
like that.
I normally, when we're on bus rides, I normally take water and apples, fruits, stuff like
Right.
that. Yeah.
So what is a training regimen like? Okay, you're going back for preseason, your first preseason. That must have been an eye opener. But what is that regimen like?
Well, before I left, we had postseason,
Right.
and so our coach had us in the weight room a lot. And basically, like we do a lot of weightlifting and a lot of conditioning to get our bodies in shape because we did have a break after season was over,
Right.
so we had to like get back on the horse.
Yeah.
So I think that preseason, will be pretty much the same thing. She also gave us summer workouts. She actually sent me an email yesterday concerning that. And so I'm getting back to work soon.
Even in Bermuda, you got to go to work.
Yes.
Yeah. So what's some of the things you're going to be looking to do here to prepare you for end of July when you get back?
Yeah. Pretty much I'm gonna be in the weight room, taking some runs. Hopefully I got in the gym, take some shots up, got some shots up, and things like that. She wants me to work on my shooting a lot.
Well, the good thing is you have a basketball fraternity in Bermuda that there's always guys and girls that are willing to be out there and shoot around. What do you prefer? Now that you're playing college basketball, what do you prefer, outdoor or indoor? Because I mean, in Bermuda, we only have X amount of gyms, and a lot of times people go out playing outdoor. You got to factor in wind, conditions, and all that.
Yeah.
What do you prefer?
I prefer indoor. Yeah, definitely.
It's a true, it's no wind, it's true when you throw it up and so forth.
Yeah.
Okay.
As for yourself, this being your first year, correct?
Yeah.
You're looking to be there all 4 years. So what's the expectations going into your sophomore year for yourself and for the team overall?
This year, I hope that our team definitely improves. Like, I believe that there's always room for improvement. And for myself, I definitely hope that I continue to progress and improve and become a better player and a better person and a better student. So, yeah.
A better student in basketball.
Yeah.
Is it 4.0? How can you be better than that?
I hope to maintain that.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's a good one. And overall, can you see other Bermudians taking your path in basketball? Like I was saying, that basketball is the way you're now. They're recruiting athletes like yourself and turning into basketball players. There's an opportunity for scholarships. As you know, university is expensive.
Yeah.
So there's an opportunity for others to excel like yourself.
Yeah, definitely. D'Amico Daniels, Inchine Smith, they were also recruited. However, they are still in high school right now.
Right.
So, yeah, D'Amico's actually trying to come out to Wilberforce this coming fall.
September this
Yeah.
fall? Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Wilberforce.
Wilberforce, Bermuda Force.
It seems so, right? It seems so.
I mean,
Wow.
she's paving the way, so
Definitely.
why not use whatever connections, and obviously they see the potential of natural athletes.
Yeah.
They just need to nurture them.
Yep.
Take a year to nurture them, and eventually the talent will come out. It will shine.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. How did you get stuck with number 10?
Actually, last year, May, the Bermuda National Basketball Team, we went to a tournament in Pennsylvania, and I was asking Coach Erica Woods, what number should I be? Because Coach Ray just asked me what number do I want.
Right.
So she was like, girl, get number 10. So I was like, okay, 10 it is.
It was so funny because I found out you were playing for Wilberforce by accident because the team had a photo. You guys done a photo shoot before the season started, and there you was in the front of this photo
Yeah.
wearing ice here.
I
Oh,
know.
and that, how does that happen?
Actually, I was surprised too. I really don't know how that happened because a lot of my other teammates was like, "How come you got there?" I was like, "I don't know."
But well, you lead the way because as an international student, the school wants to make sure that they have those type of people leading them in the forefront. And
Yeah.
I want to wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Come next season and hard work over the summer.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people like to relax over the summer, but Amali Smith will be working very hard.
Yes, I will.
All right, well,
Thank you.
Is there any final things you'd like to say to Mr. Bates, to your listeners right now?
Well, I would just like to say thank you for this opportunity. And I also would like to thank Coach Peters and Wolfpack for all that they've done for me because without them, this would have never happened.
right,
So yeah, thank you.
all right.
Thank you for coming on. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we will speak to Mr. London Steve. He's in Maine. As we said, he's at Thomas College, attacking midfield, again, ready to turn semi-pro football. We'll have his comments after this. We'll be back. Yeah, give him a call. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice meeting
Thank
you.
you.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Just got it tight. Also, I'll put up for the new one. Not a age, just keep moving.
How old is she?
How old is she? Freshman in college.
Oh. Good afternoon, London. Hi, Ian Wallen's show. We're standing by. Okay, I'm gonna put you on hold, okay? All right.
Okay.
You want to call it in? Yeah, I do.
Go. Put this over their face.
For more details, visit GameTime.pm or 296-322. Game Time, You play, we pay. Same time.
One more commercial promo and then
You don't have to be accident prone to have an accident.
But there is a 1 in 10 chance you need to make a car insurance claim.
That's why Colonial's low deductibles make sense.
Just $200 for no additional premium.
It means you can pay less for your car insurance with Colonial.
And it costs less to claim.
That's cover without added cost.
Call Colonial on 296-3700 or visit CGIGroup.com.
And start saving now.
Bermuda Broadcasting is the official Bermuda broadcast partner of the 35th America's Cup. We'll have a dedicated presence in the heart of America's Cup Village for live radio and TV transmission. All the buzz before, during, and after every race will be captured. And best of all, you'll be watching for free. We're restoring our full TV service, and for the first time ever, viewers in Bermuda will enjoy beautiful high-definition images through terrestrial television, and listeners can tune in to our live race commentary on radio. Stay tuned, folks. We know you'll enjoy the show.
Now, back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Inside Sports Talk Radio on Power 95 FM with host Ian Rollins and co-host Earl Bayston.
And welcome back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. We just had a great interview with Molly Smith, the point guard for Wilberforce University in her first year, attending there. She started off with Earl Bayston stating that she played netball and converted over to basketball, now starting point guard. And the good thing is she's also excelling academics in the 4.0.
Excel, top of the class.
You know what I'm saying? And she was maintained it freshman year, and she's got 3 more years at the university. So we wish her all the best.
Well, I do want to just add
Sure.
congratulations to her parents, who has been a rock of support for not only her but the rest of the family as well.
That's good. That's good. Well, with us on the phone right now is Mr. London Steed, who is graduating this year from Thomas College. He's Bermudian, playing attacking midfield, and he's got some good news to share with us. First of all, good afternoon, London. How are you, sir?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. All is well? All is well with you? Good. We last time we chatted, you were going through your final exams, and how did you do your exams?
I feel like I did pretty well. I just received word that I finished on the team's list, so that's great news.
Yes, congratulations. That's great news, because obviously when you're in your final stages, you want to have that great, excellent grade average so you can go and excel further in your education. In addition to that, you got some information that you want to share with Bermuda that you'll be going semi-pro, and I think the team is in Portland, Maine.
Yes. I'll be playing in the NPSL, the National Premier League. It's like the 4th tier in American soccer, so it's a great start for me. What was very exciting for me was a short list of international players that made it. So I was one of them, and that's also great news. So I'm basically going to use this experience as a building ground so I could, build my way up in the soccer stage in the United States.
Now, attending Thomas College is not an easy feat. There's some good football players in New England, and to be scouted in Maine itself, and you're saying you were one of the selected international players, that must go well for yourself, your family, and of course putting Bermuda on the map.
Oh yes, most definitely. It definitely boosted my self-esteem as a player and my morals. It definitely did. My parents are proud of me, and that's what I want to do. I want to make them proud, and I want to live my dream as well.
Now, being an attacking midfielder, what's it like for you when you're playing against these tough players? Maine is a small state, but it has a lot of good football players and a lot of good football teams in Maine.
Yes, New England is highly rated for soccer players. I wouldn't say it's easy, but you have to be talented, you have to work hard, you have to push hard every day, knowing that it's another player out there trying to live your dream and trying to break you down. So the main thing is just to stay mentally strong and just believe in what you're capable of accomplishing.
How much does your career at Thomas set you up for your new challenge in life once you've graduated?
Are you talking about the soccer aspect?
Yeah, soccer and school itself, because you have to balance. We just had a young lady here talking about balancing being a student athlete. So how does balancing that set you up for the next stage of your life?
One thing I have to take my hat off to Thomas College, they definitely teach you how to be a student first and an athlete. So they basically put in your head it's impossible for you to be the athlete first while trying to maintain grades. So basically, if you don't have good grades, you can't play. So they definitely they definitely helped me out in that aspect, trying to be a student athlete first, to be a student first, and then the athlete after.
Obviously, coming from Bermuda, you played a lot of football as a young man. You get the opportunity to go to Thomas College, but you have a lot of familiar people around you because Thomas is got an influx of Bermudian players with you. How do you guys get along, and how do you plan to help the guys that you're leaving there to make sure that they get the opportunity to fulfill their dreams like you're about to fulfill yours?
Well, coming in, for any freshman, it's kind of nerve-wracking, but having that Bermudian support, making everything feel like home was definitely the key factor in helping us stay together and helping us push each other. But I'm just gonna do what my senior captain did for me, Michael Crockwell. He basically guided me, took me under his wing, kept me focused, and just kept my head forward. So I'm basically gonna do the same to the new Bermudians that came in as well.
How does the friendships work over there? A lot of people, you guys come from all different backgrounds, all different parts of the island, and obviously there's a lot of people that are in Bermuda saying that people from different parishes can't get along, but here you are all in a foreign country in a small school, or in the grand scheme of things, a small school, but you're all getting along playing football together.
Yeah, so we pretty much all already knew each other because of football. Football is definitely that brings everybody close in Bermuda, and I encourage parents to get their children out and playing sports because it begins to start a bond and a friendship. So that pretty much kept us all close together and kept us focused together. Like we became a family.
When do you start your preseason training, and what are you hoping to do over the summer that will prepare you for that next chapter?
I've already been training on my own, but my first official training is in 2 days with Seacoast. So I've just been putting in hard work to show my quality on my first day of training so I could get solidified in the squad, and then hopefully that they could push me to the next stage when my season is done with Seacoast.
When does the season start, and how long does it run? Is it over the course of the summer, or?
The season starts May 13th, but unfortunately I'll be missing my first game due to graduation, and it'll be finishing July 5th, I believe.
I don't think the coach will mind a player missing the first game due to graduation. That makes the team look even better.
Of course.
So what's going to happen? It's a short season. You're saying May through July, because I understand the reason behind it being short. By October, November, you got snow in Maine. So is that one of the reasons, or this is because of the league schedule itself?
It's mainly because of the league schedule itself. But this league is built on helping college players to get ready for their next season. So it's mainly about that.
And the teams that you'll be competing against during that span of time, is it more on the East Coast? So you're dealing with teams from New England, Connecticut more so, possibly even Philadelphia?
I wouldn't go as far as Philadelphia. Okay. Connecticut's probably the farthest away game that we have.
Having the experience staying in Maine for some time, the exception of living there would help you going forward in this new adventure, correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So overall, you're pleased with your performance. Your dream is like coming to a reality now after July 13th. After May 13th, your graduation. You're looking to go to the next step. Once you finish this, you want to obviously go further. What's the ambitions after this?
Well, my ambitions, my end goal is to play in Major League Soccer, the highest possible position to play in the United States. And even if I could go abroad, that would be a great opportunity for me as well, hopefully in Europe somewhere.
What's it been like for a Bermudian? As you know, we're from a smaller island, you're going into New England. And as you stated earlier through Al and myself, that New England's known for football. It's soccer, as you guys call it out there. And they pick a lot of great players. But to be scouted at Thomas College and from Bermuda, what's it like for you for the pressure and preparation daily?
It's challenging. and most of us in Reading League, we love to live up to the challenge. And I just feel like it's built in us. We're lion-hearted that we just want to accomplish anything that we put our mind to. So if we put our mind to it, then we can accomplish anything.
For those who are listening right now, and some young man is aspiring to be something like what you were doing, what advice could you give the young man and even young lady able to accommodate the academics, because it's obviously first and foremost is academics, because we want to get the college degree and then we're going to get our master's, but able to put the academic and the sporting aspect together under one umbrella. That's no easy task, and especially where you are in Maine, by November the season is over because of snow. You play a number of games, probably twice a week starting in September or maybe even August regarding university, and you're putting in the academic time. How are you guys able to balance that?
Well, basically in that aspect, it's all about maturity, and you have to keep your end goals in sight where you want to be in life. I highly suggest put your academics first, because you can't play sports forever. That's time beats everybody in that aspect. So you have to put your academics first. That's more important, because that's what's going to carry you on in life at the end of time, and you can no longer play sports.
Well stated.
Yeah. Question for you. Obviously, you say you want to hopefully make the MLS. Are you keeping a close eye on how Zico Lewis is progressing? He was drafted by the New York Red Bulls. He's playing with the second team. They've had a halfway decent start to the season. He's got a goal or two. But are you keeping a close eye on his progress to see what you have to do to achieve those goals?
Oh, yes, of course. Zico and I are pretty close. I watch his games week in, week out, so I get advice from him every now and then. But I'm keeping a close eye on it just to know what I have to do and what level I need to bring my game up to make it to his level as well.
For a lot of people that don't realize, soccer, football, it's a business. How much of the business do you understand? Because it's not just all who the talent is, because most clubs now want a well-rounded person. But how much of the business do you understand?
To be honest, I don't know much of the business aspect of it. I try to keep my head out of it and let my father, Anthony Roberts, tell me the details in that aspect. So I'm just about getting on the field and playing, and he just tells me everything else that has to do with it.
Sorry. When you were scouted and found out that you were able to turn pro in Portland, Maine, what was your reaction to that?
I was very excited, astounded. Not too much surprised. I feel like I've been flying under the radar for some time now, and I think I finally deserve the chance to be mentioned and recognized, and I'm going to show everybody what I can do.
You guys had a halfway decent season and this year. Will you miss being around some of those guys that you gained those friendships and build relationships with at Thomas College?
Most definitely. Yeah, we had our ups and downs. Mm-hmm. But like I said at the end, we're always a family. We're always going to stay connected. So and we're going to continue to keep connected. So I have the privilege of playing with two players this summer that play for my Thomas team. So I'll also have them with me as well to make the experience flow even easier.
You're going to get the opportunity to do something a lot of people haven't done before you, and that's walk across the stage and get your diploma and so forth. But what would that moment be like for you to know that your family's with you as you reach this goal?
It'll be a dream come true. I basically just want to see a smile on all my family's faces. I feel like I did it for them more than I did it for myself. But at the end of the day, I have to realize that I have to do it for myself as well, because it's a very important chapter in anyone's life. And I'm very appreciative of what they've done for me to come here, because I know my mom has made a lot of sacrifices for me to be here. So I'm just trying to repay the favor for her.
Football has helped mold you to the person you are. Who were some of those early coaches that had influences on your life that helped you to become not only the footballer but the person you are today?
I give most of my credit to my father, Anthony Roberts, my coach, BA head coach, Kenny Thompson. They've molded me to be a better man, a better player, and I've just stuck by the guidelines, and look where it has got me today. I'm pretty successful at it. So.
Well, I want to thank you very much, Mr. London Steed, and of course we here at Columbia Broadcast Company congratulate you as you received your degree. What did you get your degree in this year? Sports management. And that's a very good field because, as you know, it expands in so much, and so we wish you all the best in sports management, and of course your new career, your dream come true. We wish you success in that, and obviously next we'd like to see you in the MLS as Mr. Basin had mentioned earlier. So, any final words you'd like to thank anyone or say anything, sir?
I just want to thank my family and everybody back home that stuck by my side and supported me. And I'm doing it for them as much as I'm doing it for myself.
Well, I can assure you that they are proud of you, and their sacrifice is definitely paid off for your parents and for your family. And just as proud as you are, they're proud of you and proud to be of your parents, because the dream has definitely come to a reality now, and you're moving on in the most professional way that you want to go, and it's coming to a reality. So congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
Well, we'd like to obviously have you on a little longer, but we've got more guests coming in the studio, but we will be in touch with you. Of course, our base, and we'll be in touch with you during your new season, 2017, as you go and take on the new professional world in Maine, for the Maine. That's interesting. You ever been to Maine, no?
Yes, I have.
What part?
All over.
All over. Okay, you've been there, done that.
Yeah.
He's laughing. Cool. Well, we wish you the best, mate.
Up and down.
And thank you again very much. We're going to take a commercial break. And again, thank you, London Steve, for joining us from Thomas College at Kent. The attacking midfielder will be doing semi-pro this year. And of course, he's graduating from Thomas College in sports management. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be back after this.
Inside Sports Talk Radio has been
I've
presented.
been up and down, boy. Been up and down.
All of New England.
Oh,
So, you never been to Freiburg, innit?
no.
So, Freiburg's like an hour outside of Portland. And that's where I went when I went to Canada my first year.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I fucking got kicked out. But they did it wrong. There were 7 Indians in the class when after my second, and the grades were wrong on mine. They kicked out me, and so they said, you can't come back. And they called back and said, no, number one. And what happened after the track then, the coach used me. I got to the finals in Canada.
Right.
And I couldn't run in the finals because I was too young. Oh, yeah. He knew. I ran
But
indoor track.
he was just using
He's
you
using me to get the school out there.
to get the points. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. And I was like, I ran at York University. That's the first time I ran an indoor track and all that
Yeah?
shit. Yeah, man. Rubberized track. And I was like, I can't get the finals. I was like, no, you're too young. Oh. Because I wouldn't train with it.
Oh,
I was just
right.
like, let people leave.
Right.
Right. I said, this is boring. And here's a French guy, French Indian. And I said, you know what? He said, fuck you, dude. Yeah. And so, we got to the front. You can't do that. I was like, huh? Too young? I was like, oh, this is how I'm thinking I'm eligible, you know?
What's we have coming up next?
Talk shit. I'd say that.
April.
Yeah, April. She's here for another 42.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to work about it.
Hey, your voice is, guy that was here last week from the Madness Cup. Tucker said that shit was definitely on the island.
Yeah? Oh, wow.
Oh, you can tell me, man. That's no. You like, you wasn't talking about it. Well, Earl's done more sin than anything. I said, I can't say it in the past, but
Right.
I haven't sailed in a long time. I said, man, you already do it.
Because he was answering, he was giving me an answer to the thing. Because you gotta try and include people. Yeah, you know what I mean? So
New champion.
that's what all I was trying to get him to do is like talk to people that would understand.
Yeah, in name and term.
Yeah. Because I mean, when sailors talk, they talk.
Way for it's like us driving the fucking Toyota. They're driving the fucking world's voice.
Applebee's Bermuda Half Marathon Derby Special, Monday, May 15th at 8 p.m. on ZSB TV7.
Now, back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Inside Sports Talk Radio.
On Power 95 FM.
With host Ian Rollins and co-host Earl Beasley.
And welcome back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. It's Steph on my radio. Wow, 236. We've had 2 young people, that are on our show thus far today.
2 young hosts. And a youngster only controls.
And youngster under control, younger than us.
Well, hey.
Yeah. It's laughing. But no,
For me?
okay.
Yes, sir.
Amali Smith in London Street. Amali is interesting. She's entering her first year, right?
Going to our second year.
Second year, sorry.
Yeah.
Going into her second year for 4.0. London Steed graduated with Dean's List honors at Thomas College and pursuing his dream in professional football. And it's just amazing to say that we always knew we had the talent,
Right.
but we were able to now back it up, not just now, but on a regular basis, back it up with academics.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, that's been the trademark for us before you and I
Right.
went to school.
Right.
But I'm just saying the success is there. You always knew the talent is there, but the success is there, and that these young aspiring athletes, professional athletes to be, are putting the emphasis in academics.
We have to encourage more of our kids who are not always classroom for academics. We have a lot of kids who excel outdoors and using sport. But there are colleges, there are universities, there are prep schools that also can help those youngsters to develop the skills they need in the classroom. And if we all keep an eye on, I mean, in the United States, they have many different variations of colleges that have people that cannot sit in a class for more than 40 minutes. So they adjust curriculums, they adjust certain things for those type of people. So, I mean, Amali's 4.8.
Yeah,
Right.
amazing.
But that doesn't stop the person who's right now got a 2.0 and from getting that same similar opportunity using sport as that way, because they just have to find the right fit for them. I think a lot of times schools look at our youngsters who have that challenge of sitting in a classroom for a long time and say, well, you will never amount to anything because you can't pay attention, you can't fulfill your requirements of getting your schoolwork done. And you know, we just have to, we have to look at other ways, not only to motivate kids, but to help them learn. And I think the more we hear of these success stories, the more it basically helps you understand that not everyone's the same.
And you're right. And the good thing is that, and you and I, you know, we're in schools and university, the methodology of teaching was starting to change then, meaning that computers were coming out, right? Back in the 80s, late 80s, you were going to school using computers in various subjects, and then all of a sudden it's like laptops, right?
Yes.
It was no more the notepads. And then it was like the voice notes, right? And so you take all of that, and you can comprehend it, that you can record it in class, take it back, and obviously study with that.
No longer did you hear take your pencils and pens out
and write your notes, right? And you're writing, and you get home and you want to study, like, what did I just write? And then calling your classmates, hey, let's make sure these notes are correct. And he or she's like, yeah, this was supposed to say, and then you're arguing back to the note. He didn't say that, the professor didn't say this. But anyway, my point is that the methodology of teaching and learning has changed and it's made it easier, I think. More technically sound, obviously, technology, but it's a way of understanding it more, right? And like you said, you don't have to sit in a class and twiddle your thumbs and go, I gotta get
because a lot of that stuff goes over some kids' head.
Even adults.
Even
adults. I remember a lady that in my English class in Atlanta, and I was, and we had to introduce ourselves in class. She was like, I can't remember her name. I just remember saying I was like 48. And I'm sitting there like, what? I'm 48. I never experienced that before. Never forget that, man. My first year in university. I was 48. I always said you can go to school at any age, right?
That's right.
I'm 20. I'm 28 years old.
Yep, you want to hurry and get that over and done with.
But, you know, she had her reasons why she dropped out of school. I think that number. But she came back, that's the bottom line, and she put in the sacrifice. Wow.
There's right now there's a lot of opportunities for our young people in various sports to get a different challenge in education. When I say that, meaning going abroad to various academy schools, technical schools, because they're offering these opportunities younger and younger.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a lot of kids there are a lot of parents taking the opportunity presented to them to show their kids that there's more than just Bermuda out there.
Did you see the story the other night on CBS where a young lady in Texas, maybe Houston, Texas, in high school, but graduated
Oh yeah,
university.
yes, yeah. She's
In high school, hadn't graduated from high
right.
school
She's
yet.
12, 13, something like that.
No, she's in her senior year of high school,
High
like
school.
16.
Right,
17.
right, and she graduated. Yes,
She graduated from
because
university.
she set all the exams.
Exams, took online courses,
Mm-hmm.
and the way forward, to make a long story short, right, was that the gentleman that introduced it to the high school, he said this is the way forward that will assist in the programs for kids doing,
Mhm.
or for further education, as he said. And obviously it's working.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see something like that within 4 years.
Yeah,
that's what's
because
gonna happen.
what you want to do is to be say you don't pass that while you're in high school, but
Pass
you
what?
pass the courses, the college courses that you're taking, right?
Right.
And you go to college, it sets you up to know what you to expect.
Oh, you're right.
You know what I mean?
You're
Even
right.
I mean, okay,
Absolutely right.
because you didn't pass it while you was in high school, you still go through the college, but you now know what to look forward to.
That's true.
Now, the exceptional ones will pass right through, like the young lady did.
Right.
But you're going to have that opportunity to see what college prep work is like,
That's
to
true.
experience that, and it's all about the opportunity.
That's true.
You know,
And if you think, right, going to university, whatever university, big or small
Mhm.
or middle class, the first semester is adjusting,
oh yeah,
right? The first 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe in a month,
mhm,
you're getting to know all your friends,
yep,
your classmates, your professors.
mhm.
So that month is going by,
And you have to put yourself on the schedule.
and you're not going to do that in the first month.
No,
The average person.
no,
Right? So by middle of October, November, that's when you're like, okay, I'm adjusting.
Mhm.
And that's when it's time to come in.
right,
So yeah, you're right. It's a good point.
Yeah.
It's good to take on that task while you're in high school.
mhm.
So it'll be interesting to see if that method works in the forward for.
Well, I mean, in Bermuda, look at Bermuda. What's stopping you from taking any online in your high school? Stopping you from taking any online Bermuda College exam, if it's available, if the opportunity presented itself, and you were very strong at mathematics, but you was in high school, why couldn't you possibly see where you're at college level by taking an exam that the college has to offer?
Yeah, you take it.
Yeah,
You would
Yeah.
because you want to know where you're at.
where you're at. Your
And
parents
where you
want to
need to
know
go.
where you're
Yeah.
at, your
Yeah.
strengths, your weaknesses.
Yeah.
You might be somebody that breezes through high school, get to
University.
college level or
Yeah.
university level, and because it's all new to you, you freeze.
It's true.
But if you've had that opportunity to experience that, just like in sport, if you play amongst your age group all the time and you excel, and then the minute they say, okay, this kid is exceptional, let's put him up an age group, and the player gets stage fright without going to any training sessions, aged up in around his club, then you have to start thinking, okay, maybe I need to bring him back to the club.
Enjoy.
Yeah, and put him age up in training so he gets used to it, and it balances out. So it's just we have to start looking at schoolwork and sports as a way to help to motivate and drive some of the passion that a lot of these kids in various sports have, but they don't have that same drive when it comes to education.
That's true.
You know,
That's
so
true.
you know we have some of the best individual talented athletes at the junior level. Not all of them will reach the potential of going to college because they haven't found the way to learn or a school that could help them in the way they can learn and progress. But you don't give up. You have to look at those things and see what college offers that type of learning outside of the sport, because the sport's going to take care of itself. That person is in love with that sport, so they'll do it to the best of their ability. But you have some teachers and some schools that would say, okay, let's use, say the person plays tennis, let's use that person's tennis ability to help them get an education but we can't structure it like we would, say, Ian, who loves the electronics and that he excels inside of a classroom, but doesn't like to be outside. So you know what I mean? It's shopping around for what is the best need for the kid to be a balanced human as opposed to just a talented athlete. You know?
And you're right. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. That's true. For our listeners, you can give us a call at 292-9595 if you have any questions for Earl and I before we start off our next segment with Patron Charles and Steele and our health and fitness segment. That's brought to you by Energize Wellness Solutions. So if any questions, please give us a call in the next few minutes. Again, that number is 292-9595.
I want to go back to a question that or a topic we were talking about earlier when we started, and that's the half marathon derby.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we at as far as committee-wise? Where are we at? What are we just waiting on now?
Well, obviously registration.
Right.
We've met on numerous occasions, and we summarize at each time of the year. You deal with the end-to-end, and then you deal with the relay for life. Then after that's when the numbers come in and people sign up and so forth. So regarding numbers, we're looking with relay members, team members, individual numbers, probably close to 850 again this year. It would be nice to hit that 1,000 mark.
Right.
So that's where we stand in that aspect. Everything else is falling into place. We'll be starting a profile tonight. We'll need a half marathon committee doing that profile on various athletes who have competed over numerous years. During our newscast tonight, 60-second vignettes, thanks to yourself and Mike Sharp. Together, so they will start tonight on our newscast. And we're trying to get the hype up there with regarding May 24th. That's not just start spinning up there. But it's not what we do.
Right. Right.
So, it's new to this. It is May 24th. And historically, this is the 180 after we do the half marathon derby.
Right.
Not stuff been around for 35 years. 35th annual.
Right.
If I'm correct? Okay, do the math from 180 to 35. I'll tell you how long we've been out for them. So that's how I feel about that. I will continue to feel about that for the rest of my life.
Right.
So if America's Cup is here at Oracle wins and they host the event again, please come down or Premier, you hear me? I'm in Rollins, yes, I'm saying, do not put it on. Put it in a day holiday. Bottom line, I have nothing against it. Just put it in June, put it in July. I know you're going to say you need the weather and all this, I know about that, you got to sale. But it doesn't have to be a wrong.
Yeah, it's a bit disturbing to know that it starts 2 days after that. I was trying to be.
I'm being honest. I'm being honest and I'm being nice.
Right. I was trying to be diplomatic about it.
I'm being diplomatic too. I'm being diplomatic too. And you can take the holiday and put it on a Friday. Not stop on a Friday.
Right.
And it's going to wait until Memorial Weekend.
Right.
There'll be a brain to think about that one, right?
Not
People have been calling for middle holiday on a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mr. Weeks said it the other day.
Yeah.
Which this has been going on for a number of years.
Yeah, it has.
So
it has.
For both parties, don't get me
Oh,
wrong.
yeah.
I'm not
Oh, yeah.
concerning the OBA on this.
Yeah.
Both parties had the opportunity to move this
To move
event
it.
to a
That's
Friday.
right. And it has been something turned down.
Each year.
Yeah. It baffles me.
I don't understand why.
You have people when they're opposition making a lot of noise about changing stuff, and when you get the opportunity, it's status quo. So, hey, if we want it on a Friday and that's what the government decide, let's legislate it and let's move on. If they don't want it, say that and let's move on. But let's make sure that we respect. It's almost like this. We're in May. This is Heritage Month. You've been in town lately?
I'm in town every day like you, bro.
Okay. You
Have
seen
I
anything since
No.
Heritage?
No.
That's very disturbing.
Very much.
Very disturbing that we have put aside what has been our Heritage Month for decades.
Yep.
And what do we have to show for it? So Heritage Month is canceled this year, but will be on next year?
And that's what it seems like. The only thing that we know from a historical point of view regarding Heritage Month right now
Yeah.
is it's turning to a break.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
A bit disturbed. Trust me. Very disturbed.
We
for
hear
me.
it. It's not just you. We hear it. We hear it.
Yeah.
We see it. We discuss it, and people have called me, have texted me, and said their various points, and they're pretty much upset about it.
Yeah.
You know, was that taken into consideration? I don't know. I'm not part of that committee.
Right.
Never. But you know, regarding again Heritage Month, is a our month.
Yeah.
It's News Month.
Yeah. We're 8 days into the month and
Nothing can say that.
nothing.
You want to say that? Were you on Middle Road in the Middle Road Ward? Going here, heading west, Middle Road Ward, where coming out of Bunch House here, coming on right by St. Anthony's, I think St. Anthony's Church.
Yes. Oh, you mean the
The
sidewalk?
sidewalk. The sidewalk that has
That 5 year
delay. So all of a sudden Saturday I'm coming into town and the traffic's being held up. Why? You see an SAL truck. This is like at 7:30 in the morning and Works and Engineering brothers out there working. Power to both SAL and Works and Engineering. Oh, the wall's fixed. Oh, my truck.
A 5 year wait, mate.
Okay. I didn't get that. I just didn't get
Well,
it.
they've been waiting for the block. They've been waiting for the cement. They've been waiting for
5 years.
Well, some things take a little longer than I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to
Then I
say.
heard that it'll take 6 figures to dress the poles back
Oh,
to what the field.
oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the main contention. There could be a lot of money to just dress the poles back. But if they get a hurricane,
Yeah.
you dress the poles either way.
I don't see the. I mean, that
That's the
baffles me.
reason why, the 5 years you can hold it up.
It's
Between
been held up because of that?
Yeah, that's what I heard. Financial.
obviously we don't have that problem anymore. But
that's
that's
right.
not what we're told. But yeah, we don't have that problem anymore. It hopefully we can, as a country, get over this hurdle. I think the healing of getting the month recognized as soon as possible needs to be rectified, and we need to make sure that come May 24th we celebrate like it's our day.
Yeah. We got a call on the line. Let's take that call before we bring our next guest in. Good afternoon and welcome to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Fine, thank you.
Can you just turn your radio down a little bit, please?
Yeah, can you turn your radio down in the background, please? Thank you.
I'm all for changing it to the Friday. Something like that, something like that, but I mean, it's good for the team, and it's good for the workers, and it's good for everything else. Okay, I just called to say that. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, thank you very much, Paula.
Not changing it. I mean, some people will say yes, let's change it. Others will say no, leave it like so it falls, whatever. But no matter which way you do it, you're gonna have people that's gonna complain. But if we're gonna stick to it, we're gonna celebrate on the day of May 24th and not the end of the week. Then
What do you prefer?
for me, it's neither here nor there. I just want us to be able to celebrate Bermuda Day, Heritage Month, all month, and that is the climax of Heritage Month for me, which is the Bermuda Day Half Marathon Day.
Okay, so that's your opinion.
Yeah,
that's what you want, and
yeah.
that's cool. I support that. Me, I would like it on the Friday.
Right.
Right. I look at the times when you and I were growing up, the comparison of activity.
Yes.
Right. We turned around the next day and went to school.
Yes, we did.
Right. That activity that is out now was not out 35 years ago, 40 years ago.
What are you
Okay.
talking about? You're not-
Yeah,
okay.
we're that young. Okay, let's put the math to it. Yeah, we're that young. So the fact is that what is being displayed on Bermuda Day now is not basically displayed 35
Right,
years ago.
right.
So the numbers show from a school stats, the work environment, and so forth. Put it on a Friday and make it a long weekend. It's that simple. Out on a Friday, so put it on the damn Friday.
Right.
Right? On Monday, people will be back to working in school.
Right.
Period. Right?
And at the gym.
And at the gym. Right? You have clubs on Friday.
Right.
So why can't you go Bermuda Day on Friday? And don't say because the event starts 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Don't give me that stuff. Because the event starts 5
Mr.
o'clock.
Rollins,
The event-
that's the
I-
same argument I hear.
That's what they're going to say. That's what they're going to tell me.
I'm
Yeah,
just
the
fighting
event
that
starts
fight.
5 o'clock. The event race will start 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
In the afternoon. The first race will start 2 and then move to 5.
Mm-hmm.
But it's right into the weekend.
Yeah.
It goes into the Memorial Weekend in
Yeah.
the United States.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, it does.
People have said we should put it on that type.
Strategically put in
So
those
put it on that
places.
type of schedule regarding Bermuda Day. For the
Yeah.
Memorial Weekend. So it's
Mhm.
coming in back and forth, so forth.
There you go.
Alright? You gonna say any more?
No.
Okay.
That
Robles,
issue was actually brought up 3 years
you
ago.
gonna put your mic on?
Is that issue was
Uh-huh.
actually brought up about 3 years ago,
Yep.
talking about putting it on the Friday so that more tourists can actually come
Mhm.
and participate
Mhm.
and have a long weekend.
Yeah. But you'll give it to America first. That's what's happening. I'm just being, it's a fact.
Well,
It's
okay,
a fact.
I didn't hear the last 10 minutes because I was in my car and I was listening and you're talking about education, so I hear you on Bermuda Day.
Right.
But you may have talked about this, but did you hear something that they're trying to? Okay, you didn't mention
No.
that. Okay, you didn't.
What-
hear
what-
that.
what is
No,
that?
no. That's
Okay. All right.
because I have a problem with that. But anyway,
You mean
We
moving
can
it to
share it with
Friday?
something that has to do with America's Cup.
Oh.
Conflicting.
Couple things.
Well, I have another issue with that because, as I've stated, and a lot of people know how I feel about it, they have the final starting on
Tuesday.
No, the Queen's birthday holiday.
Mm-hmm.
And
finals?
yeah, the final starts June 19th,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the day
That's
of
the
the Queen.
semifinals, I thought it was.
No, that's the final, starting on the holiday, and they have already mentioned that because the Comet race is going east, well, they'll be out of our way. Good folks for the dinghies, they're going to be racing on the day. I've looked at their schedule. They've committed to racing that day.
Yeah, you're right.
But that final could have started on the Tuesday. I
Well,
just don't understand.
it's also affected the Middle Heroes weekend.
Yeah.
Because the parade of bands,
Mm-hmm.
which is normally on the Saturday,
Saturday.
the wrapped up,
Yes.
is on the Monday.
Mhm.
The wrapped up is now, apparently it's not really going to be a wrapped up. It's on Saturday, but from Shelley Bay,
Mm-hmm.
because all of the boats will be
Up
west,
at the west, yeah.
and the parade of bands will be on the Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I believe they have a race on the Saturday that goes down the North Shore. Or they're racing off of, I'm not 100%, I have to check it, but I know they're going to be racing a couple of days off of Fort St. Catherine, so there'll be a lot of traffic up and down. You know, so, yeah. But we soldier on.
Yes, we do. Okay. Let's take a commercial break and we come back and we'll have Ricky Charles.
Officially?
Steele.
Officially?
Officially. We'll be back after this.
And I meant to say, I know how to let myself in, you know, because I wanted to get in on your conversation about
Right.
education, but then I said, no, they may have someone in there, so I just waited, and then finally when some ladies came out, I was like, and I said, where are you going? I said, Inside Sports.
Yeah.
Yes, because the lady, I can't remember her name, who was at the front desk, she showed me the time that.
Oh, yeah, underneath. Yeah, so that's Sophia Howell and I'll let you in.
Because I didn't want you to have to stop your flow.
Okay. How Ross do overseas?
I don't know how he did individually, but the team came yeah.
Where did you
So,
find that?
It was on Facebook. Sue Ravella posted it, and they all, like, the trophies were actually sold.
Alexa wasn't happy.
Oh, really? Oh, see, and I didn't hear the news. I just, it seemed like all the guys must have done, because the tallest guy.
There's any results for the pro bikini.
Oh, okay.
That's the only results I was able, because I've been looking at it all weekend.
Yeah,
It's like,
so, if you go to TV, so they were
they didn't have nothing right?
posting a
On
bit
Facebook?
of footage, yeah, because she actually, I don't really know if they can play in here. No, it probably won't play in here.
I
But
went
it
to
was,
CView, Bermuda, CView News, CView. I couldn't find anything.
so it must have been someone that was there, because they posted some footage of when.
But when did they do that,
guys-
today?
No, on, was it Saturday
Oh,
night? When Sanjay, or whatever his name
Yeah.
is, and he was
chosen, but they all the guys had a sword, and that was supposed.
Oh, okay.
And the tallest guy had 3. And so it's something about second
I'll check
place.
Sue's. I'll check Sue's when I get inside.
Yeah, second place novice men something, third place men's classic physique. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
they did
I mean,
well,
even
but I
Anthony
think
Francis and I this morning were back and forth. Couldn't find. I couldn't find.
This is Dolphin.
The half marathon derby special Monday, May 15th at 8 p.m. on ZFB TV7. Now, back to Inside Sports Talk Radio.
Inside Sports Talk Radio.
On Power 95 FM.
With host Ian Rollins and co-host Earl Mason. This segment of Inside Sports Talk Radio, Health and Wellness, is presented by Energize Wellness Solutions.
And it's that time. It's about health, fitness, 27. In the studio with us, April Charles and Sheila, one of the finest and fittest ladies on the island. What you think, Al?
Very.
Right. What is it, man?
The blushing.
Yeah, yeah.
The blushing. The blushing.
You don't think so?
So when I look, I see, oh, you gotta work on that, you gotta work on that.
Nah, yeah, you're fine. You're in good shape. You're in good spirits. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
What's happening?
Well, I'm a little bit tired.
I should say so from some of those videos I've seen.
Oh, please
Yeah.
share.
Oh, no,
Well,
no.
you know what?
She
Because
has shared
you
them.
don't see them.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna WhatsApp you some of the videos and see what they're all talking and laughing
Yeah.
about.
Okay.
But we actually didn't have a good camp this weekend because Ross and a team of about 8 or 9 others from CVU, they
Right.
were competing in Florida and did really well.
Good.
So I said, hey, good, I can have Sunday off.
All right.
But I ended up going, at least I wasn't physically exerting myself yesterday. Nervamas, they had their Sunday fun day with the different vendors,
Oh, right,
how to
right.
prepare for the road. And so they invited Energize, and I was doing a body composition analysis on the ladies. It was fun. And giving out handouts. But on the Sunday, Nelson and I, we did the middle to end. And
Sunday or
I mean the Saturday, sorry. And
That's a special
this
group
is
name,
this is my 6th time, but it's my 5th year in a row with Nelson doing it. And I don't know if we were just a bit cocky because we've been doing it so often,
Right.
but we really didn't prepare. I mean, did not prepare. And
Yeah, you were coffee. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I kept saying, I can't believe this. Here, and we signed up like a couple of days before, and I was a bit nervous because for the first time ever, I did the walk in shorts. Because people always say, aren't you out there long dark pants? Because even for Bermuda Day, I run in like long pants or something by my knee. And it's because my thighs rub like 2 sticks going on fire, and so all the chafing gets up, and I wonder how do other people do it, even people bigger than me, and I see them and their legs are cool, and I'm out there. So I remember Marie told me something a few decades ago, I'm losing myself, but I used it, I tried it, Vaseline.
Yeah.
So you guys knew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody told me I'm out there, for years out in all that heat.
And
Use
that's
it in
part of the
football.
skill.
Yeah.
From part of the skill.
Yeah.
Most athletes do it.
Ah.
Ah.
Well, that's the one thing I do remember to bring. I packed my Vaseline and I was slapping it on. Every few miles I was like, what? And I even took my shoes and socks off and put it between my toes and I was good to go. Well, by the time we made it into Warwick, I was like, oh my gosh, I felt it in my forearms. And then Nelson, he felt it in his shins. And normally we're normally start speeding up around Somerset in the track, and he was slowing down. I was like, please don't slow down. And I said, I'm not going to leave you, but I can't go any slower because if I go any slower, I won't be able to finish. And we gotta
You
finish.
said this to him, or you saying
Yes,
this to
I
yourself?
said it to him.
Oh, 'cause I was
'Cause
saying,
he
you're
kept
seeing
saying,
on
you
you right
can
now.
go ahead. No, he said, you can go ahead. I said, no, I'm not going to leave you, but please, I can't go any slower. You know what we forgot? Our Advil. That's how prepared we normally are. We pack several Advil.
Oh, the little packets.
Yes, or the ibuprofen because it's an anti-inflammatory.
Right.
And every few hours we start popping those babies and we feel no pain. And we make it in 4 hours, 30 minutes. Last time like 4 hours, 15 minutes. But this time we were heading close to 5 hours, so we did it at about 4:45. But I was like, oh my gosh, and that's the first time I've ever felt like I think I'm gonna need somebody to come and pick me up.
So come 2018, you know what to do, right? I'll remind
No,
you.
but
I'll send you a note and a calendar invite in January.
But here you go, as fit as you are. When you're doing different events, you have to be prepared for it.
You do.
Because you're doing the boot camps and everything, and you feel as if, okay, I'm in tip-top shape.
Right.
But when you're doing something different, how...
You're incorporating different muscles.
Yeah.
Last year I prepared. I had all the time in the world, right? So I was practicing the walk, I was going through the trail, I was practicing the run in the heat at the same time.
Right,
so that's important too. And this year, I've been at Energizing all last week. I was doing yoga, and I was like, I'm going to do cardio for an hour. I was like, I got this. And Mountain cramped up so badly by the time he finished. I walked off for something, and this lady says, excuse me, but your homie's over there. He's not looking so sharp. I'm going to get him something to drink. And I came back, and his boy was kind of smoked up. I was like, oh my God, please don't let this man die on me. So I was sore
You have PP health now?
Yeah.
Just want to make sure.
No, but you know
You're
what?
cutting him up one ear, right?
No. But this is what we learned about it, and that's why I'm mentioning this, because it was both of us. We didn't prepare.
Right.
So when physio, and thank goodness for Alex, I can't remember, Walt or something like that, and Maureen, they used to work for Department of Health when I was there. Very educational. She really schooled him. She was like, well, what did you drink? What did you eat? He was dehydrated.
Right.
So she was saying, which is for everyone, especially with the 21st of May coming up, you've got to hydrate the day before. Fully hydrate the day before.
And that's not going out partying and then getting out to try. Yeah, that's a different type of
Right. And for him, he can't just drink plain water. He has to have the what's that bubbly water, the sparkling water. Yeah, and you can even put roses lime in it, which he does do. But that's what he needs. Whereas me, water.
Let me ask you this question: Has anyone ever tried to get a bottle of water and just put some salt in it and carry it with them?
I haven't heard of that, but I'm sure there's something to it.
Yeah, it would have to be, because you're as you're sweating, you're losing.
So
right. So just to have it, I mean, you don't have to put a lot in there. It's just enough that if you shake it when you're drinking, you're getting a bit of that nutrients back into your system.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
And because I like water. I like plain water. I don't like people messing with my water. I don't like those flavored.
Oh, the flavored things. And you see a lot of people using those.
Mountain does that.
Powder, or it's a
water,
liquid.
Like Mio,
Yeah.
But I don't like that. But they were saying, no, do that. And then the lady at the place gave me soda. She was saying, Maureen was saying, that's good, because it has a lot of sodium.
Right.
She immediately started to feel better. By the time I came back with the water, he was looking more like himself, but he was kind of scaring me. I was like, oh my gosh,
So the bad stuff got him back to good.
Yes, can you believe it?
After the good stuff, he didn't take enough of.
Oh. And we were drinking water the whole time, but he needed more.
Yeah.
He needed the electrolytes.
Right.
So,
and probably the Advil that you didn't take would have added to it. That would have helped you.
Yeah, because we were feeling no pain last year. We were like, hey. And I still, we still cut up when they started playing salsa. Of course, I started winding up, and then they were playing this really fast calypso tune, and I'm jumping up and down.
And that's at the start?
No. That was past Mangrove Bay.
Oh, okay.
By Woody's.
Oh, okay.
It was like party central there.
Oh, phone that energy.
Yes. And I noticed a lot of people have their own music.
Right.
So they have these things that really project.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. We had entertainment the whole time.
Sure.
It was lovely.
So close to 5 hours from halfway. A lot of scenery. How much has Bermuda changed from last year? Or were you in too much pain to realize?
Well, I always noticed Bermuda. The thing that I noticed, was really great. I noticed there's a lot of work going on,
Right.
especially going into Dockland.
Yeah.
So it was looking very new and invigorating. And this island is just beautiful. Have you been on Reed Street?
Yeah.
I mean, I know, parking, but it looks so pretty.
Right.
Benches
Right.
and flowers and
Yeah. See people sitting out. And,
yes,
yeah.
I love it. I love it.
So, given what you went through this year, give us some of the ideas of preparing for end-to-end next year, what you would do differently. Obviously, training is one, but
Right.
but what type of training would you do for, hypothetically, for end-to-end, and will it vary to do May 24th?
You know what? Because I had been doing the cardio, I was actually cardio fit. Like, I wasn't tired. It was just that cramping in my groin. And I think the difference for me would be the Advil. You know, because I had been doing a lot of cardio, I've been drinking. I've been going through three of these 1.5 liter bottles a day.
Right.
And I do like 2 of these in the morning. You know, because I started to take a different approach to getting closer to the holiday. And so I said, okay, I'll do yoga. I can't wait until we have a class to do the class and get my cardio, or wait, because then as it gets later, the less I want to do it.
Right.
I'm better at morning. So I've been doing yoga. Straight after that, getting my cardio out of the way. You know, when I shower up again, eat, and then I'm ready for the rest of the day. So I'm going through a lot of water. So
Right.
I was fine with that. I like the snacks and everything they normally have. I'm normally stuffed by the time I get there. I noticed they
Maybe
didn't
you
have any
see the
potato
joke.
chips. They didn't have any potato chips, but you know, that has salt.
So,
in it.
yeah.
Yes, and that's normally right up there by Morgan's Point. They
Oh,
give
okay.
out corn kernels instead.
Oh.
They gave to my children, but no potato chips.
So you know, do next year in your knapsack.
Put some in there.
There you go.
I would start eating.
This is
I
really
don't
needful.
have any control.
I'll talk Nelson to you.
No control.
I'll
no
talk Nelson surprise.
control.
Surprise with some chips or some M&Ms.
So help educate me with this. You've been doing a lot of stamina work,
Yes.
but for a shorter spurt of work as opposed to distance work.
Yes, for shorter. So I'm definitely not in shape to do, I don't feel, to do 24th of May because I haven't been getting that road. I mean, yes, I've been getting on the cardio machines, but that's
It's
inside.
Right.
It's not outside in the heat. And I actually, crazily, I was talking to someone, and I was like, you know what? We should, and he just said, don't even look at me. And I said, okay. Because I actually thought, well, maybe we could just get up there and do it. But, you know, someone once said to me, if you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things that you really should
Smacked you right in the face on
prepare.
Saturday.
Yeah. Well, with the Advil, I mean, I wasn't, yeah, we had the Advil, but for me to just say, okay, yeah, let's go and do 24th of May, I think we might embarrass ourselves.
So you'll prepare for it next year from the West.
If I have the time.
You'll
if I
find
have
the time.
time.
Nelson will find the time.
You know
for you.
my hours at Energize?
No.
Unless, well, he's been coming in with me, so I don't know if he'd be willing to sit there while I'm out on the road for an hour or two. You know, inside being right there, he's like, okay, yeah, you do your thing. Or, you know, if you're going to the bank, I got you. You can pick up the children, but yeah, because my hours there are very long. Yeah. And I would also like to say, you know, people talking about preparing, you've got to prepare for Bermuda Heroes weekend because there are going to be fets, it's going to be nonstop. You're not going to have a lot of time to sleep, especially if you do Juve, and then you do the parade event.
Right.
There's a lot of heat, like I told the ladies yesterday. Hydrate, because there's nothing cute about you wearing all these fancy feathers and your makeup and all of that passed out. So
Yeah.
you're going to be drinking.
Right.
So let's get real. But I'm saying in between the alcoholic treats, you know,
Water.
treat yourself with
Plenty
water
water.
to hydrate. You know, just
And
Smart.
as we know, we're in a drought. We had a little rain
Yes.
yesterday, but
Yes.
it's getting hot. The humidity's
It
getting
is.
there,
Yes.
and we can expect it to be a little hotter than it was last year,
Oh, good night.
right
yeah.
through the night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it is, the humidity is crazy, because the other day, I was trying to be fast with my hair. I drove from Somerset, came to Energize, my hair was past my shoulders. It looked like Mufasa from the Lion King. My daughter said, "No, mommy, you look more like Scar." I was like, okay, let me go to the hairdresser.
Your hair weave was coming across.
No, I don't have weaves.
I'm
It's
just
just that I
messing
had a
with
lot of hair.
I'm
I had
just-
a lot of new growth for people that know about relaxers and
I'm
stuff.
just messing with you.
So my hair was like, woo! I had the big hair, like I was
Yeah, the afro.
still living in Texas.
Yeah, the afro.
Yeah, it was like a mix between an afro and just big 80s hair.
She had the blow old kit. Remember
Sure.
after she
Oh, yeah.
blow old kit?
Oh, sure.
It was, I kept,
Soul Train.
and the
Yeah.
later it got, and the day the bigger my hair got,
Oh,
I
yeah.
kept saying, oh my gosh, can this get any bigger?
If Verna Herbie was an extension.
I was like, wow, I didn't know your hair was so full.
Wow. You're funny. You're funny. You are funny. Now, everybody, get ready for next year's end to end. They'll do it 72 hours prior.
Right,
Maybe-
middle to end. though.
Middle to end,
Yeah.
sorry. Maybe about a month or two to prepare for it.
2 months. 2 months. Give yourself the time.
You know?
Yeah.
And then if you can do May 24th, kind of the West next year.
Yeah.
She's hinting already, so I'm just giving you a warning, bro.
But as a person that's into health,
Uh-huh.
is that, I'm looking at the days, and we're talking maybe, well, this year it would be just under 3 weeks
Mhm.
between the two.
Right.
Is that something that people should be looking to do?
Or
They do end to end or middle to
Right.
end and then turn around and,
do the
as
triple-
amateurs, we don't
Yeah.
take care of ourselves
Well,
on,
see,
on a regular
I
basis.
used that,
As a,
or last year I used it as a way to prepare for
right.
21st of May. So I was doing runs some days, and then I was doing the walks. Because first I was doing a lot more runs, and I said, oh come, I have to walk enough. Let me practice the walk
Mhm.
because I feel it more in my hip right
Right.
now. So I did that, but also I used both of them to get ready for Bermuda Heroes
Right,
weekend.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last year she was running really good heel.
Yes, I was.
Oh.
I was running with her, but she never saw me.
Right, no, he was the invisible man. I guess he
I
was
just met her at the top.
he was flying in Wonder Woman's invisible
Oh,
plane.
that's what it was? Okay.
That's
Okay.
why I didn't see him.
Did you say-
Okay. Wow.
Anything you'd like to add before you wrap up, my friend?
I think that, oh, one more thing.
Sure.
I was talking about yoga before, and you were saying the perception is that it's for women. I found out the next day that
I said
yoga,
that? Perception?
yes, it was you, Mr. Wallace,
I'm not going to
that
deny it either. I just said
yoga
it.
was actually created by a male.
All right.
And it was really only taught by men. It's been in this modern time, I was told, that women now
Mhm.
teach it, but it was always the men that did it, that taught it, and yeah.
Was it in China or
Uh,
did they say where it
probably,
came from?
I know, does the monks do it or
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
But you know how we women are, we get into truck ride and all that stuff. And then you forget that it was all men at one time.
Hear that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank
I
you.
think that's it.
That's it. We'll have you on next week.
Thank you, sir.
Make sure you drink plenty of water during the week.
Yes. Oh, and Nelson said, put down the wine, but I remember you don't drink. And he said, 'cause, and come on down to Energize, because he's been looking out for you, but
Sure.
he hasn't seen you.
It's coming. It's
Yeah,
coming.
yeah. Uh-huh. That's
The
what I
year is
said.
not
When
over.
you said you were coming to the boot camp, I was like, mm-hmm.
And it's a year over? I'm just asking. It's a year over?
Not over yet,
There
but
you go.
we're
So
almost
boot-
halfway.
Boot camp's not going to be over? How many more weeks we got?
We're going throughout,
All summer?
yeah, because
All right.
we're targeting all the different carnivals.
Not a problem, sister.
Yeah.
I'm no problem.
I'm going to write this down.
I want
for
you
the date, okay? 'Cause-
Please, write it down. Ian's coming to your boot camp, along with Earl.
Mhm.
Well, Ian is, I know with Earl.
I just
Earl
think you gotta
looked,
know.
looked like, wait a minute, what you talking about?
How did I get in that? I didn't
Yeah,
know.
what is, what you talking about? We just-
Yeah.
what you talking about?
Yeah.
Well, you need video evidence, right?
Well, you need. Oh, see, I volunteer for that part.
Right,
Yeah.
video
Yeah,
evidence.
Yeah.
I volunteer for that part.
What time's the class again?
Saturday mornings,
Uh-huh.
8:30 to 10, and Sundays, 9
get
to
it, son.
10:30.
You were kind of disrupted yesterday. You guys were open yesterday.
No, because of the competition.
The cycle race.
We didn't.
No, Ross knows
Ross,
guys from
you know,
overseas.
Oh,
started
okay,
taking it
okay.
in Florida, so
Well, it was a
we
good thing
canceled
because
it.
it was kind of hard to get to your place yesterday.
Oh, same with the other race.
Oh, the triathlon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, smack myself. But that was one time Ross, he was the first one there.
Oh.
We were like, Ross was there first.
Because everybody else had to figure the way. I always say this, right? Whenever I'm at a race or something, and people will come up and there's barricades up or something, the look on their face is like, I only know my way to that place this way.
And that's the only way.
But you gotta go that way, and they're looking at,
Like,
saying
what am I
like,
supposed to
okay,
do?
how do I get? I don't know how to get there. So, and I just stand there sometimes and just laugh at them, you
Well,
know.
we were actually warned the day before.
Right.
And we were like, Ross, it's going to be lockdown, so, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I couldn't believe he got there first. Everybody was like, no, not Ross. So if you know Ross, you know what I'm talking about.
Wow, very good.
Well, that's all
Okay.
the time we have for you today, my friend.
Yes.
And we'll see you next week without hesitation. And no one. We're just doing no one.
All right. Thank you very much.
You may have something else to share. I'll leave it at that. Let's take a commercial break. We'll be back
You
after
bring that.
this. Yo, funny. I was to say, yeah, I have papers.
Oh, see, I don't even know how to do anything like that.
I was to say papers, people are like, oh, what's she doing, drugs?
I know, because that's what I thought, because you were like, this paper. Yeah. I don't even know how to smoke. I don't know
I
how
ain't
to do
smoked
anything.
since.
Yeah, I've never done any of that. I had my first coffee at 20 something.
Thank you, my friend.
See you guys.
Okay.
Have a
See ya.
good day.
I will.
You're always full of spirit. Just some show.
Yes. I'll clean them tonight.
All right.
Okay, see you later.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Production adheres to federal guidelines addressing
All right.
quality,
Ready to go
additives,
off.
and so much more. Come and try Field Day Organic whole kernel corn and sweet peas and taste the difference.
Oh, you upstairs see all these emails. What you doing, man? No stop.
You save $900 on insurance premiums. What is it? She shops with Colonial.
That's right. Insure your car by e-home with Colonial. Pets save up to $900.
Here's what it is.
There's a $250 gift certificate
They
on
saw
your
shit on
business.
my
Ask Colonial about paying lower premiums year after year at 296-3700 or CPIGroup.com.
We call it insurance cover without the added cost.
Colonial players, what time is it? It's game time. Fun and dependable sports betting with NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball,
The show was show.
League, and more. Weekly promotions, instant win games, be a lucky loser with our weekly draw. Become a game time player. Call into one of our 3 locations in Somerset, Town, or Concordia.
No,
For
down.
more details, visit
They sent some shit to me. I still, I'm not even 40.
We'll have a dedicated presence in the heart of America's Cup Village. For live radio and TV transmission. All the money before, during, and after every race will be captured. And best of all, you reward for free. We're restoring our
She's doing a lot of
high
work. She's doing a lot of work.
Yeah,
you will enjoy
shit.
beautiful high
Again,
definition
wait.
television and witness continuing to our live race coverage on radio. You know you'll
Did text me last week you made a show. He was asking about
Inside Sports Talk Radio
empowering inside the town.
with host Ian Rowe and co-host Earl Kingston.
Well, I just want to thank our guests who joined us today, Amari Smith and London Steele, and of course, April Charles Bashir, regarding the segment. She came to us with the Penny Award, Summers on the Spirit, a big event with the May 24th event holiday, Anita Day. It's just around the corner, exactly 2 weeks from Wednesday coming to 10. We will have new champions in that event, but those who will be make sure you drink well, any of the liquids prior to the love, make sure that's on your soul, and that's all. But we want to thank Amari Smith, London School, and for Charlie this year. Mr. Days, what stories you brought in tonight?
Oh, quite a bit. Obviously, we all know on Friday, Tyrone Smith broke the men's long jump record in Houston. Nicky Baskin won his fight Saturday night. Dominic Mayo finished 35th in Santo Domingo. We've had a whole host of things. I want to say that it was a joy for me to watch 2 days of sailing in the Hamilton Harbor, where youngsters were vying for 2 spots that will be competed against several other countries during the America's Cup event. Also, this past weekend we saw a return of the Johnny Walker Golf Classic at the Ocean View. So it's been an action-packed weekend, and look forward to bringing you coverage of that all tonight at 7.
That's it. Good. So it's now got a 7-8 minute sports cast.
Something like that.
Something like that. Okay. All right. Good. Mr. Bassett. Tom Bassett.
Yes,
thank
sir.
you very much for working with us today.
Anytime, man.
Appreciate it. We'll see you next week tomorrow.
Mr. Button, man.
Just wanted to again thank the Arsenal fans for putting a 3-point again coming up. Sincerely appreciate that. Supporting Putnam, they do the same. Okay. That's all the time we have for you today, folks. We'll be back next week. Our 5 is our sports talk radio. Bye for now.